What up, be your favorite rapper, engineer, Mak Smooth right now. We at LoudHouse Studios right now. Come check us out on the motherfucking day. Now for real. Little bitch!
Mak too smooth with the hit. Nah, for real.
My favorite place. It's like my grandma be watching these, like, so I can't be cussing, like, I can't be smoking. I'm trying to be an example. So, like I said, what up, be your favorite rapper, engineer, Mak Smooth, 706 Stroller. Right now, we're at LoudHouse Studios, right here behind the lens, and we are behind the scenes on how we do shit right here. You know what I'm saying? Boom.
Okay, so what age were you when you your face just so what age were you when when you decided this is what you wanted to do?
I was 13 years old. But at the same time, my grandmother, she raised me, so when I used to be around her, like, she used to play these old records, and she used to have a record player. Every time she had the record player, she always spin the Marvin Gaye, Al Green, Bobby Womack, what was the Temptations, the Blue Jays, everything, like, you know what I'm saying? So I was intrigued by that, so I ain't never really listened to, like, music, like, that wasn't my thing. When I found out, like, you can scratch it, like, that's what made me really like getting into music. I felt like I could just do anything as far as like create a sound with anything. So that's how I really started. When I started recording, like, I had a booster in the hood, like, and I had somebody who had a studio. But it wasn't like no studio like this. It was like a little laptop, and you know the little, I know if y'all people do be on the Xbox and the PlayStation, you got a little headphone on the side with a microphone, like, it was like that with a laptop. Then nigga tried to charge me $100 for a session, right? But I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I be seeing folks in here and there. I know what the price of these rooms is, but he trying to charge me $100 or something like that. I'm like, okay. So I had a booster in the hood. He went into Best Buy, I swear to God. Well, he had went into the Best Buy and he stole the studio. Like, he had got the microphone with the program, with the stand and the keyboard. I don't know how he did it, but he did it. And he wanted me to pay $90 for that. Common sense. I'd rather just learn how to do this shit for myself versus me paying $90 for this fool who trying to cap me down. You know what I'm saying? So when Wiz Khalifa came out and all those melodic songs came out with him, like, that's what really, really made me get into it. So watching YouTube every day, like, this wasn't even no school. It was just YouTube, straight YouTube every day. Just made me flow into just making music, just learning like that. And I did it for like 985 days straight. So that's how it started with me learning how to engineer and produce for real.
Okay, so what would you say, when would you say was like your biggest, your biggest break, like your biggest recording session?
I'm gonna be real, like, I wouldn't even call it a breakthrough. That's the thing. A lot of people call it a breakthrough. I call it consistency. Like, it wasn't even a breakthrough from just like a person. It was just a breakthrough of me just doing the craft every day. I ain't never stopped engineering. Like, I always engineered every day from when I got into school to when I'm about to eat lunch to when I'm about to go to sleep. Like, I always had to have the computer right next to me, even when making beats. Like, even I took a break from making beats when I was young because I ain't had the patience, but I had the patience just to engineer because I was fascinated by, like, the sound. Because if you listen to old music, they got a distinctive sound. You listen to new music, they got a distinctive sound. You know what I'm saying? So it was just fun to me to just like to experiment with that type of level of sound. I'm not gonna lie, my biggest session that really broke me for real, I say was like, it's a couple of them. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm gonna be real. It's really a couple of them. I'm gonna say Wookie, Lil Wookie. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was working with at first. As far as like a little consistent level, as far as in the city, he brought me on. That's how like I met FBG and Taliban and YSL and all them. I ain't gonna lie, when I first recorded them, it was hard because it's like you gotta keep up. Them niggas rap fast. Like, you don't talk about like that. That kind of showed me like the punch in game. And then I always used to write too. Like, I'm an artist as well, so I ain't never know nothing about this punching in shit till I got to a level like, these niggas really be going bar for bar and don't me stopping. That shit amazes me. So I had seen like Future was the one who taught me that. Future taught me about punching in and stuff like just going and not stopping. Like and you cannot be in his session unless you know somebody that knows somebody. Like even back then that was allowed, but now that shit ain't even allowed. Like you gotta know somebody. So I'm thankful for that. The session I say that really like pushed me for real as far as like being consistent was the slime life shit. Lil Moo. Shout out to Lil Moo from Philly, you know what I'm saying, from Stack of Stars. They came here. Matter of fact, to this room, when I was in LoudHouse like 2 years ago. Nah, it wasn't even here. It was at B room. Then they came in here. We did the record 26 Minutes Call when I had my first little label like situation with Sony and RCA. And like, I ain't even think them folks were gonna do that shit. They were just really genuine. They really came off like, bro, we fuck with you. Like, we want to work with you. And like, they called the lawyer. They called the label. I ain't gonna lie. I swear to God, I had got a call from the label like at 10 o'clock in the morning. I thought this was like a prison call or like, I thought this was a scam or something. I ain't know what it was. Just like, this is Miss Nancy from RCA Records. Is this Mr. Mak Smooth? And I'm thinking this is a scam. Like, she dead serious. She got all my information, the studio I was at and all, and then like she sent me an email with the official stamp and stuff. Then I knew it was real. And that's why I started my label situation with Sony as a vendor. So like, I could work with as many artists as I want to that has label deals. Like, I'm certified to work with any kind of artist. Like, so that was my breakthrough as far as like making big clients. You know what I'm saying, on a consistent call. They call my phone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10 in the morning. Like, I can't say no. You know what I'm saying? And it's just not because of the deal. It's just for like passion of it. Like, I love this shit. Like, it pays my bills and like I can wake up and do it every day and not hate it. You know, so that's the thrill of it. You know, like that keeps me going. Like, you know, I don't have to have no money for this shit. As long as I can get people to say I do good work, that's where the money come in, right? Consistency. That's what it goes back to me saying before, like, me being consistent all the time was my breakthrough versus me having big clients. Because once you have good work for itself, good dope, it sells itself. So you not the man. And shit, shout out to all the people that helped me around the way through. I'm not going to be no cap-ass individual, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Fair America Carter, who taught me how to really engineer, you know what I'm saying? 365 days, no sleep, just grind, you know what I'm saying? Even when I did want to go to sleep. That's why I don't go to sleep, because a nigga like him, he always made me stay up. That nigga always made me like rap 4 songs a night, engineer 4 songs, and try to make like a couple beats. But it was really engineering though. Shout out to him. He the one who made Mac as far as on the engineering side go. Personality, that's me. Shout out to my me. Who else can I say helped me along the way? I'm gonna be dead honest. Shout out to God. Without him, this wouldn't be possible either, you know. That's it too, you know. And myself for keeping my brain straight, because I'm a local ass individual. Nah, for real.
Coming out,
let me
anything?
sit down.
Any projects coming out? Anything that we can be looking forward to seeing or coming from you?
Like I said, I am an artist, so I got Joker coming out at the end of the month. Make sure I'll be on the lookout for that all platforms video. Will be out next month too. Shout out 24 Hours, you know what I'm saying? Got some stuff coming with him. It's really a lot. Like I said, I got consistent clients, really, like, so it's hard to keep up with them. Like, if you go on my Instagram, you'll see me every day posting of who I record with. I don't care if they big, small. Like, if I like your music and if you consistent and you love what you do, I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna go as hard as you go, you know. But if you think you big and bad and you got it and all that, I'm gonna just let you have it. But if you really humble, you really about your stuff, even if you ain't got $1, I don't give a damn. Like, I want to see you win just because you got a passion like I do.
What's your top 3 favorite artists right now?
Right now?
Yes, currently.
I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair. We gotta do all time.
Okay, all time.
Number 3, I had to go with Currency. You know, shout out to him. I got this like when I was 13. When I first like got like how can I say, when I really understood music. Like, he taught me about, like, the underground industry, how to be, like, self-sufficient, independent, like, just being true to yourself, to the game. And now that you look at him, guess what? Self-made, you know what I'm saying? 100% everything he is, you know? So, shout out to Currency Hospital. Number 2 all time. And he's current, too. He's current. Number 2, damn, I had to go with Andre 3000 because, like, at the time, that nigga got the rhymes for your ass. Like, if you couldn't relate to him, you just say, hey, man, nigga at the time. Because that boy, he just on a different level. And he had a show back in like 04, 05 on Cartoon Network called Classic 3000 where he was in Atlanta and he taught, like, he was a teacher. And he was a music teacher at, what they call it, the Wesley School for Performing Arts or some shit. And every day they were just doing something different with music, like an adventure. So that always intrigued me too, and I always wanted to work with him and just seeing his craft from him being a negative individual to a positive person now. Like, that's a example to me, so I always follow that. And number 1 of all time is James Brown. I say James Brown because James Brown was that nigga back in the day where I'm from, Augusta, Georgia. You know what I'm saying? I'm from 706 Augusta, Georgia. And that's where he's from. And from seeing him, a little kid from a country town, making nothing from something, man, that shit intrigues me. You know what I'm saying? He got the soul. You know what I'm saying? And then if you look at his interviews from back in the day, that's the number 1 old dude that talk that shit. And he ain't scared of what he got to say, you know what I'm saying? He gonna say it, so that's number 1 in my book. It would be Michael Jackson, but James Brown was that nigga, because Mike used to look up to him, you know?
So what is some tips for up-and-coming engineers?
Oh, bro, just stay down, bro. Just stay down, bro. Don't get frustrated. It's an emotional job. It come with the job. Just stay down. If you got questions, ask them. Don't act like you know it all. Don't cap nobody down because they going to see it right before you do it. Just be honest with yourself, you know. Like, just be hungry. If you want to learn something, just stay down. Like, that's really all I can say. Like, that's all I did, shit.
How did you get brought into LoudHouse?
This is crazy, right? So, I had a partner, right? He was a LoudHouse legend. Y'all wouldn't even know it, and y'all be surprised if I said my boy Astro. I heard of LoudHouse and stuff, and I was like, this was during COVID too, right when the pandemic happened, when they first found out about COVID, like first found out about COVID. Man, we was working jobs back to back, like every day, getting fired, getting quit, like all kinds of shit. And then my boy Astro, he was telling me about LoudHouse. He was like, my boy told me if I do good, he gonna let me into the studio. And I was like, okay. I didn't know what he was talking about, but he pulled up one day, he had a car. He was like, bro, I want to take you somewhere. I'm like, okay, cool. And like, when I came here, bro, I ain't gonna lie, this shit was like a jaw dropper. I ain't never seen no shit like this. I be recording out the closet. Like, I ain't never seen no like, of course I seen it in like class and stuff too, online, but like just hundreds and $1,000s worth of equipment sitting in one room, and the vibes are everywhere, plaques on the wall and stuff. I come from a country city, so we ain't got that, you know. So seeing where it all started at, it was just intrigued to me. And then like I said, coming back to the consistency, how I came in LoudHouse, everybody had an internship. I was the only nigga in LoudHouse to not go through no internship. I had a resume. Still to this day, I would pull that motherfucker out. I have a resume like this long. Everybody I recorded. From everywhere I've been, every city of everybody I recorded. That's why I tell you, if you're consistent, it doesn't matter who you record as big. Your track record gonna show. You know what I'm saying? Hard work beat talent every day. Know that. You can outperform a nigga that's a beat. You know what I'm saying? That's why some people like to hold people back, because of the true potential. You don't know what the next man can do. You know? So that's why I tell engineers to just to strive and just stay down and just go every day. Like, you never know where it could take you, you know. The pressure back then, I ain't gonna lie, I was shook, but like it was exciting at first when I got the groove of just interacting with everybody and interacting with my coworkers and seeing like this is shit is like a family like versus like a job for real. Like it made it more interesting. And then you got to learn about the labels, the paperwork with the labels, and the emotional side as far as like you being an engineer and not getting your credit like how you deserve, and just learning new things every day as far as with like the classes and like the vibe of the studio. You know, it changed every day. You know, it changed every day. You never know who gonna walk through the door and who you gotta adapt to. You know, cause a lot of people like they got their ways. You know, like Thug and Matt Sauce and a lot of people, they got their own ways of recording. So if you can't adapt to that, you can't swim. You know. So that's my story. Like, it's a good ride. It's been a good ride. This shit fun. I ain't gonna lie. I love every bit of it. I can't even deny it. Like, you know, it ain't even about the money. It's just about shit. I call the CEO and be like, shit, we get some new hardware, and they be like, hell yeah, that's all I be want too. Shit, yeah.
So you don't see yourself leaving LoudHouse no time soon?
I'm gonna be real. Nah. Not no time soon.
This is your home. You're here to stay.
Yeah, because it just, when you come through the door, it's already a set stamp of people who are already in here. Like, you cannot walk through this door and not know who, like, you coming to see. Like, you can ask everybody around here, from intern, owners, like, it's a stamp mark in this building for everybody. You know, everybody's special, for real. And if you see them, make sure you tell them thank you. Because guess what? They make your shit sound good. And they give you the best quality of production. You rolling?
Mm-hmm.
So let me tell you, when you hear this shit right here,
Mak Smooth with the hit.
you know what the fuck we doing?
Mak Smooth with the hit. Nah, for real.